Hi, I'm Don Barnes, and this is
Nicole Davis.
Welcome to Tax Wars. Uh, Fortunately or unfortunately, we have decided to do our very first episode of Tax Wars on July 1st, and so we are already. It's Friday, July 1st, 2022. And we are downtown Riverside. We just finished having a wonderful lunch discussing some of the topics that we're going to discuss in this show. If you're not aware already, this show is specific to tax resolution, the tax resolution industry. Like you've probably heard or seen the commercials. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, give us a call. And some of you may have had those experiences by actually making that call. Some of them probably bad, questionable, and then some of you may have had a good experience. What we want to do is turn around and make that an excellent experience. And Nicole and I have been working together to do exactly that. Correct, Nicole?
Yes.
So I know a lot of you who might be in the audience who are taxpayers. And we just want you to know that our show and this channel is specific to giving you information that is going to actually help tax professionals, such as enrolled agents, tax attorneys, CPAs, tax preparers. However, we don't want you to go away. And remember, always hit that like button and please subscribe, because that way this channel will grow and more people will see it on a daily basis. And that's going to help push us to the top so we can get out some more of this important information. So first off, what we're going to do is have Nicole Davis explain to us what tax resolution is, what it is not, and how you might be in a position to where you may have to give her a call. So Nicole, give us some idea. Tell just in basic lay terms to the average taxpayer out there who's working that 9 to 5, what tax resolution is. It's like you're talking to a 2-year-old.
Tax resolution really is just solving IRS problems. It can be anything from owing money to the IRS to receiving a letter in the mail that you got an audit. We can help with any of those. No, not sales.
What's a typical IRS problem that most taxpayers will find themselves in? I mean, just have like in the average, I work a W-2 job, especially, like the truck drivers. Truck drivers are very common to have tax problems. What happens to a truck driver? Who's a owner operator? What are the problems that you see consistent with people who are owner operator truck drivers in the trucking industry?
Most of the time, the issue that we see is that they just don't file their tax returns. So that would be the first problem. If you're not filing your tax returns, you definitely want to get that taken care of. Also, not taking deductions that are applicable to the business and that they're entitled to. That saves a lot of money that people just leave on the table, and they end up spending a lot more on their IRS bills than they should.
So I'm just going to go out on a limb here, and let's say I'm calling you right now. I watched the YouTube channel, and you've given the 800 number, and I decided to give you a call, Nicole. Let's call me Joe Six-Pack Trucker. As a matter of fact, I think you actually have a Joe Six-Pack Trucker tonight. And when he calls, what were they usually going to say? So let's just role play that, okay? So ring, 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 ring.
D-Tax LLC. This is Nicole.
Oh, hi, D-Tax. You're not going to believe this, but I have not filed my trucker taxes 7 years. My name is Joe, non-filer, Six-Pack Tax. And I'm calling you. So what would be the routine? Take me through the process of what you explain to him, and what would you say to him first? So what information do you need from him?
Well, Six-Pack. Is it okay if I call you Six-Pack?
Why, thank you. I've been in the gym lately. Yes. So Just don't call me late for dinner.
Right.
Okay. So what would you normally say to that? What would be the first things that you would ask him? Because you've worked with a lot of truckers. So what would be the first things that you would need to know to him to help him resolve his tax problem?
First of all, we would need to file the tax returns. We would need his records, anything that he has available, bank statements, receipts, fuel records, anything to that effect that we can use on the tax returns to make sure that we're taking the correct deductions. So first of all, we'd have to file the tax returns, and then from there, we would be able to address the balance once it becomes owed.
Okay, very good. So what if he is has 15 trucks and 15 drivers, and his business does $1.5 million a month in gross income, and he has a huge payroll and other staff, especially mechanics. What kind of situation is that? Because you do also cover the little guy, but you also cover the business owner who might be making quite a bit of money. I mean, millions and millions of dollars. Do you handle that type of tax where someone's got payroll, perhaps sales tax? They might even have all types of other issues that they have to look at because of the size of their company. How does that differ from Joe Tax Company?
It doesn't differ too much. It is a lot more record keeping that will be required. So ideally with them, they would have a profit and loss, a balance sheet set up. If not, then we can go through and evaluate their previous records to make sure that we are taking the correct deductions. But they should have everything set up. If not, we can definitely help with that as well. Any bookkeeping, any payroll needs that they would have.
And I know that we're using trucking industry as an example. This pretty much applies to any industry, particularly with small businesses and the self-employed. And right now, most truckers are self-employed. We know that many people out there who are just simple basic W-2 employees who are having proper taxes withheld. Most of them tend not to get into tax problems until what happens in their life that causes the average taxpayer W-2 making the average income, which I think is between $40,000 and $75,000 a year.
Yes.
How do they get into tax problems and end up on your line? What causes most tax problems for the average married couple in the U.S. or the average single person who's out there working, W-2 employee having proper taxes withheld?
If they are having proper taxes withheld, some of the issues that we see are extra income coming in, possibly from retirement accounts, and just not withholding taxes there, as it does increase your tax rate. Another issue would be if they are married and they're getting a divorce. It does change their filing status, so it is possible that they would owe more tax than they did in prior years. Also, when it comes to children, if they're claiming different children on their tax returns, then that would give them different deductions that they didn't have in the past.
We want to certainly invite all tax professionals to come on board with us. Once again, subscribe, because we have some things that we're going to be discussing that are going to be able to help you within your business, whether you are in tax resolution or whether you're looking to get into tax resolution to expand your business, or if you just want to learn more about it. Tax resolution should be an important part of any tax professional's current shop or business or firm, whatever you're doing. It's because most people aren't familiar with it, who are in the industry, don't like to do it. They're missing a great deal. And we can even cover many things that can show you some very simple ways to market to your existing clients and clients within your area, your region, your state. But not just that, there are taxpayers all over the world. As a matter of fact, there are more taxpayers outside of the United States that pay taxes and owe taxes. whether they're a U.S. citizen or not, than there are in the United States. So if you want to learn as much as possible about how to capture some of this business, which can be quite profitable, we're going to be going over that from a marketing level and some of the things you need to know with regards to the IRS, but not just the IRS, also all states. Any state that has income tax or sales tax, you can help with tax resolution. What do you think about that?
Yes. Nicole, yes, that's correct. Any state that
Did I just call you gay?
yes, like the whole video.
I'm sorry. We were having lunch. We're sitting here at downtown Riverside. We're on Main Street. And I told Nicole, I said, we're going to have lunch here at one of my favorite childhood places. And if you're ever in Riverside, California, and I don't know why we are today, it's 4th of July weekend. And, it's right across from the world famous Michelin restaurant, a hotel. And so we were just here, and I just happened to we had a fabulous meal. It's a bakery. And if you're ever here in Riverside on Main Street, across from the Michelin Hotel, you definitely want to stop in there. So that's why D here is a little off. I mean, Nicole. I call her D, or well, we'll just keep that between us. Okay, you don't need to know that. You ever heard? You want to call her Nicole, okay? All right. Until you really get to know her, then you can call her D too. Okay. This is because
I prefer Big D, but D works as well.
Your words, not mine, sweetheart. Okay. So. Okay. All right. Stop. Okay. So I call her D because the name of her, which you can go ahead and tell them, the name of Nicole's company is
D Tax LLC.
D Tax LLC. And so when we're working, I don't never call it. I go, just go, hey D this, D that. So that's why. So I'll refrain. I regress. So so what are some of the things that we're going to be other things that we're going to be covering on this channel, Nicole?
Just different ways that we can help the taxpayers who are owing money to the IRS. Different ways that we can help the taxpayers when they're being audited by the IRS. We have seen quite a few audits come through recently, and the IRS will be increasing the amount of CP letters that they send out to taxpayers. So we'll be going through some strategies that you can use to help your clients as well. And if you're a taxpayer looking to address some of the issues, then we'll be giving you some points and tips that you can use if you're going to be handling the matter yourself.
And Nicole, specific to tax professionals, what are some of the reasons that you feel that, as I spoke about earlier, what are some of the benefits that they might see from tuning in to our tax resolution community here?
Tax professionals will definitely be able to benefit in different ways. The number one benefit will be that they'll be able to learn some new ways that they can help their clients, and just different ways that they can improve their own strategies that they use with the IRS.
So can you give an example? Let's say that okay. I just got my enrolled agent's license.
Yes.
What would be one of the first things that I should be aware of going into the tax resolution industry?
The long call hold times when you're trying to contact the IRS, and the difficult IRS agent issues that you'll face once you actually get in. It will take a lot of patience to deal with the things that you'll need to be dealing with. And I think the first thing would be just to know that you will need to have patience on the calls. The next thing would be that it's the IRS. They are a collection agency, so they will be looking to collect the money that's owed to them. So they can sometimes be a little bit aggressive on the phone, but their job is to collect the money. So I think that they should be prepared for that as well.
Okay, very good. But one of the most important things is that you want to know how you're going to market. because
Oh, yes.
marketing is everything in this industry. I'm sure you've seen lots of advertising, especially if you're aware of tax resolution as a tax professional and have thought about going into it. Marketing, everything begins and ends with marketing. Remember, no matter what you know or how good of a tax professional you think you are, it doesn't really matter if no one's calling you to help them with their tax issues. So that's one of the primary things that we're going to be discussing. And as Dee was just also, Nicole was just also stating that we want to give you some pointers as well in terms of how to manage all of the state and federal taxing authorities, because there's a lot of tricks just to getting into actually speaking with them, and sometimes what appears to be the most simplest tax issue to solve is sometimes the hardest, and sometimes what appears to be the hardest is often the simplest, and that's how you will learn the next thing that we're going to be explaining on this show to tax professionals is how to price out tax resolution services for clients and or anyone else, because many people don't know what to charge, what you can charge, why you charge this amount, and a lot of that has to do with your company, your business, your current situation. But if you want to be as profitable as possible in whatever you're doing in tax resolution, you'll definitely want to stay tuned and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And we're going to be back with many more episodes. Fortunately, we were able to do this first one at the weekend holiday of the 4th of July. And we're going to have a daily show. Both times you'll be able to get both me and Nicole. And we're looking forward to having some fun with you, seeing your likes and especially your comments so that we can create a tax resolution community here and help one another. Nicole?
I agree with all of that, especially, yes, if you would leave your comments, we do appreciate those. We would like to help you, and also we would like to get help as well. So if you do have any input or if you do have any questions, reach out to us, let us know, and we're right here to help you.
Yes, absolutely. And so we're going to go ahead and sign off. I believe that we want to go ahead and there will be an 800 number that's going to be posted at the end of this, or it might already be above our heads. So thanks to our producer, Paul.
Yes.
And you can give us a call anytime. We're always available. We're constantly working. I always tell our clients that we never sleep, and you can always contact us on Saturday, Sunday,
Yes.
holidays, at any point in time. We will always be available to you. And that's one of the things that we will be talking in the next episode, how to handle customers, our potential clients, how to market to them, how to make them feel comfortable, what to explain to them, what not to explain to them, and how to make providing them a good, high-quality service and equalize your profit margin and make everything fair for everyone. So tune in with us. I'm not sure, because of the holiday weekend, that we'll be getting up another show very, very quickly. But now that we have begun, and our producer, Paul, is going to be helping us do just that. And I'm looking forward, along with Nicole, to coming to you at least once a day with information that'll be vital to your organization, your practice, and your family. Until then, we'll see you soon.